The tech bros are in town, from Dario Amodei to Demis Hassabis to Sundar Pichai. Big tech was out in full force at the India AI Summit 2026. But it wasn't just the big guys. Even startups, small innovators, right down to students who've developed interesting AI applications were displaying their products and apps at the summit. Now, if you were here, you would know that it was almost impossible to hear everybody and see everything. Thankfully for that, you have us. There's a highlight reel of everything you saw and everything you missed. We're at hall number 4 at the AI Impact Summit 2026. Over 500 exhibitors from around the world have come and they're displaying technology, apps, products powered by AI. Now this is where things get really interesting, because this is where you can really tell where AI is right now as opposed to where people say it is. We're going to walk around, talk to a few founders and builders, try and understand what they're building and why it matters.
February 2026. For 5 days, New Delhi, India became one of the centers of the artificial intelligence world. Inside the sprawling Bharat Mandapam, heads of state, researchers, startup founders, tech executives and thousands of people interested in AI gathered for the India AI Impact Summit 2026, one of the largest global AI gatherings ever held in the world and the first in the global south.
Well, congratulations to India for taking this responsibility of organizing the AI Impact Summit.
The event reflected a simple reality. Artificial intelligence has moved beyond experimentation and become infrastructure. The scale of the event revealed itself quite quickly. Nearly 70,000 square meters of exhibition space brought together hundreds of companies and more than 700 sessions running simultaneously. The expo unfolded across 7 thematic chakras covering human capital, scientific innovation, sustainability, governance, safety, access to computing power, and artificial intelligence for social impact. Delegations arrived from across Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Americas, while more than 20 heads of state walked the halls. The language of the summit shifted constantly between innovation, policy, and geopolitics. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the summit and presented a human-centered vision of artificial intelligence built around inclusion and real-world deployment.
मुझे विश्वास है कि यह समिट एक ह्यूमन सेंट्रिक, सेंसिटिव, ग्लोबल एआई इकोसिस्टम के निर्माण में अहम भूमिका निभाएगा.
French President Emmanuel Macron joined other global leaders in discussions around governance and digital sovereignty. Meanwhile, the architects of modern AI filled packed auditoriums. Google CEO Sundar Pichai, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei, and DeepMind's Demis Hassabis spoke alongside researchers such as the godfathers of AI, Yoshua Bengio and Yann LeCun, debating risks, alignment, and the pace of technological acceleration. The conversations felt less speculative than in the recent past.
First, I want to thank Prime Minister Modi for bringing us together. The energy and ambition in this room and across India are incredible. I've been spending the last few days meeting with Indian builders and enterprises, and the energy to build together here is palpable, unlike anywhere else. This is the 4th AI Summit we've held since the tradition was initiated at Bletchley Park back in 2023, which I still remember. And in those 2.5 years, the advances in the technology have been absolutely staggering. Along with those, the advances in the commercial applications and the societal and ethical questions around the technology have only grown more urgent. My fundamental view is that AI has been on an exponential for the last 10 years.
AI is no longer a future scenario. It's already shaping policy, economies, and everyday life.
It's the same themes, really. AI is everywhere. So whether it's cybersecurity, whether it is data centers, whether it is health, whether it's education, AI has managed to get intertwined with pretty much every aspect of our lives, and it's almost like all those aspects are represented here. It's amazing.
Across the exhibition floor, the focus remained practical. Multilingual language models designed for India's diverse linguistic reality. for farmers to predict crop patterns using climate data. Healthcare systems focused on early diagnosis, and education platforms showed how learning could scale across millions of users.
So this is the Amazon booth, if you want to call it that. It's a humongous space. And this is Amazon Web Services area and a large number of apps that have been built on top of AWS.
So we are basically trying to see where AI can solve healthcare problems.
Sure. I mean, a lot of people are trying to do that. What makes it different?
Yeah. So a couple of things makes us different. We have the largest available data sets on AWS.
Oh, really? How
Publicly
did you get
available. We have been working in the healthcare space for quite a long period of time, and we incentivize companies to kind of basically make their data public.
Who is we?
AWS.
AWS.
So we store.
You're from AWS?
Yes, I'm from AWS. Okay. So we have something called as registry of open data on AWS.
And of course you have the biggest database.
Yes, so and that kind of, with their consent and patient notified, then all of this data can be used by companies to kind of build their own solutions.
India positioned itself as a testing ground, a place where AI has to function across multiple languages, topography, uneven connectivity, and a massive population. It was not always polished, but it was certainly tangible. Beneath the optimism ran a deeper debate. Questions emerged around who controls infrastructure, who trains the models, and whether countries risk becoming dependent on technologies built elsewhere. Sovereign AI became a recurrent phrase and reflected the idea that nations need their own compute capacity, data frameworks, and governance structures. Researchers warned about widening gaps between AI producers and users, while policymakers discussed regulation, safety, and accountability in an environment where innovation is moving faster than oversight.
Artificial intelligence will be an enabler for our humanity to innovate faster, to disrupt healthcare, energy, mobility, agriculture, public services for the good of mankind. Both of us, we do believe in this revolution. 1 year ago, the landscape started to shift. The US announced Stargate, China launched DeepSeek. AI has become a major field of strategic competition, and big tech got even bigger. And a lot of them are in this room and still accelerated during the last year.
Away from the main stages, the summit felt more human. Crowded corridors and delegates rushing between sessions offered reminders that even the most advanced technology gathering still depended on logistics and people. Yet the energy rarely faded. AI was no longer a niche, it had become a shared global priority.
Okay, we're at the Qualcomm showcase area at the AI Impact Summit, and we managed to corner Manmeet Singh Juneja, who heads IoT, robotics, AI, everything in Qualcomm. Tell me something, how is business?
Business is doing pretty good. I think we were a mobile company, but now you can see how much we have diversified into IoT, auto, robotics. We are coming into data centers. So it's like Qualcomm diversification story is very well working.
Throughout the week, India positioned itself not just as a host but as a participant, shaping the direction of the conversation. A country large enough to test technology at scale and ambitious enough to influence how AI should be governed globally. The emphasis shifted subtly from competition toward collaboration and from hype toward deployment. But besides all the collaborations, discussions, and agreements, the summit created a momentum and clarified to the world that the future of AI does not belong to a single country, company, or idea. It will continue to be negotiated continuously and by many voices.